Does this look scholarly here in front of the books? Does it look slightly intelligent? What about more books? What about here? Well, and I know the lighting's not right, but how about the books? Does it make me look intelligent? This looks weird. Where do I film the most important announcement of my, I won't say life, it's offensive to the children. Why do you look so angry? Oh my God, get on with it, Ruth, get on with it. I'm just going to come out with this. I've written a book. It's called How Not to Be a Supermodel. You can pre-order it now. Please pre-order it now. I'm going to go into more detail, obviously, but it is the most exciting thing. It's what I've been waiting for. If you've followed me for any particular length of time, some of you from the beginning, you'll know that I only ended up in social media before social media was even a thing, because I was doing an MA in creative writing in English. I wanted to write regularly and have it somewhere that people could see it, and blogs were becoming this thing, so I started my blog, Model Recommends, and it just exploded. And then social media became this huge thing. So I kind of got sidetracked onto doing this, which is amazing. This is a full circle moment because I always wanted to be a writer and write books, and that's why I started the blog, and now 14 years later we've gone full circle and I'm here telling you about my first book, which feels really weird because for well over a year, I could say year and maybe even a year and a half, I have not been allowed to talk about it at all, which is very against what I do online because I like to be quite sort of upfront and frank about what I'm up to, and I like things to be in the moment. And so I've had all these things to talk about, and I've been disappearing off for periods of time where I've wanted to talk about trying to get a book deal, you know, my writing routine and things that have come up that have been really hard to deal with in the process, but I haven't been able to talk about it. So I feel like I've got all this stored up information and I don't know where to start. So I'm going to do another video on that. If you've got questions, maybe we'll do an FAQ, or is it an FAQ, a Q&A? So if you have questions, then put them into the comments below. How not to be a supermodel. So this is, you could call it a memoir because it's about myself, and I've written down all of my, it's come from all of my anecdotal material that I wrote down and my diaries that I kept when I was a fashion model in the noughties. So from 2001 to sort of overlap with my blogging thing, so 2012 I'd say, and it's all about that era. So if you're into a bit of nostalgia, then you'll love it. And it's just about the mad world of fashion and fashion modelling. But more than that, really, it's about me. It's all about me and the ways that I sounds negative, but it's not a grim read. It is the opposite of a grim read. It's about the ways that I failed to become a supermodel. So it just talks about all the disasters I had, the fact that I'm a chaos magnet, my overactive imagination is just all in there. So it's just a mad ride through a decade of my life, and I think you're going to love it. I've been through about 16 edits of this book and I am still laughing. And I wrote it. The cover, by the way, that you see online is not the cover. Cover is to be revealed. It's just, we had loads and loads of extra pictures from the cover shoot and stuff like that, which I will talk about the cover shoot when we reveal the cover. That's going to be the final cover. But they've just sort of mocked something up for the time being. I still think it's quite good. I have to say, I'm not massively unhappy with it. But anyway, that's just the holding cover, which just stays there until the final cover gets revealed. And then the book comes out on the 29th of August. But yeah, this is the thing. So I've been told that these days in the book world, it is all about pre-orders, because the pre-orders all get bundled up into the sales of your first week of the book being launched, and it just does wonderful things. I think you get pushed up the algorithm in Amazon and all that kind of stuff. So please, 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 if you do one thing for me in the whole time that you've been following and in the whole time that you continue to follow, hopefully, please just click the link and pre-order, and I will be forever in your debt. I was thinking about this earlier. There's only one thing that I can think of that would be more important, but it's really, really unlikely, okay? Because I was thinking, do I want to use up my one favour? And I was thinking, what if I got, you know when people get accused of a horrible crime and they're innocent and then they get convicted and then somebody makes a Netflix documentary about, you know, their innocence and tries to get them freed. If that ever happens to me, scrap the book, make the documentary, okay? If everyone just donates, you know, a couple of quid, I'm sure they would get together a healthy budget for a good Netflix 8-parter about how I didn't, I don't know, whatever, murder the old woman with a door handle or something. It would obviously be something weird, wouldn't it? But let's not tempt fate. Touch wood. So yeah, that's the only other thing that I can really think that I would draw on you for your charity. It's not even charity. It's already been heralded the only book you need to read this year. Just check my disclaimer on that one in the caption below. So look, that's just the most important thing, is the pre-order. And you will not regret it, I promise. Books and Chocks is going to be good this year, isn't it? Leave a comment below. Would love to hear your thoughts and any questions that you have, because I'm going to make a whole other video, as I just said. And third thing is there's a blog post, and there's quite a funny reel on Instagram as well with my book announcement. So go and check those out. I'm going to link to everything in the caption description. And honestly, thank you. I know I don't say this enough, but thank you, because I always find it just excruciatingly cringe. But a lot of you have been following since 2010 and you leave comments. I can't tell you, and I know people say this a lot, but it does really mean a lot when you have that interaction. It makes it a proper community. So for those, even if you're a new follower, just thank you. I'm always just overawed by people's, just how lovely it is to be supported. And yeah, I hope that you're excited for this book. I'm starting to well up. God's sake, Crilly.